Hey everyone, I wanted to do a quick explanation of why I use this website and how I use this website, kind of the way that I see it, the way that I communicate through this site in order to rehearse. As you know, that we musicians, the only time that we rehearse is Sunday mornings. Choir rehearses every other Sunday, 4 o'clock. So this site right here is us being good stewards of our talents and our communication. I'm not saying it's the best way, but I think that with different schedules and that families have and the different people have, this is a great way to do it if we use this tool effectively. And I think that what you need in order to use this tool is you need a decent speed. Dial-up internet probably won't work to rehearse like this. Some sort of DSL connection, it'll get the job done. You want to have a printer hooked up to it, and you want some decent speakers. If I were you, I'd go, I think they have them like for $30. You can get a good set of speakers with a sub beside it, so you can really turn it up, hear the full sound, and you can rehearse with it. This is sort of my means of rehearsal, even with myself. This is the way that I do it. On the front page, when you go to the rehearsal site, right in the middle you see a blurb, and in that blurb I try to communicate. It's updated every Thursday. I try to communicate information about things that are coming up, and specifically this Sunday I try to have a note of encouragement, almost a devotional thought in that. Also right there on that page, I guess over here on this side, there is a calendar of the musicians' calendar, the schedule of who's going to be playing when. Some of you are there every Sunday and there's not really someone that you're rotating with. Others of you rotate, and so that's kind of how we know who's playing what when. Over on this side, there are two navigation things. The first one is sort of an archive of what we've done, different dates that we've done. Sometimes there are dates ahead that you can look to. I try to stay 2 weeks out, sometimes 3, but I don't always post them until the week of. Below that are the tools. Now there's some tools there for rehearsal that are really good. I think there's this first is a link to a metronome that's there. And that's a great thing to go set your tempo. You can even tap that one in using your mouse pad, and rehearsing music to that. Once you get it down, whether you're playing drums or piano, anything, metronome is always good to rehearse with. Below that there's a tuner. And then the tuner is if you have a microphone hooked up to it, you can use that. There's also a tuning fork so that you can get a pitch. So if you're trying to rehearse right here on this site, you can get tuned up and you're ready to go. There's some other things that might be useful that you can look through that. Up at the very top here, there are there's the home button. There's a calendar button to see a more full calendar of the musicians. Song page is probably the most important one there. The song page is where I have all the YouTube videos and all the music linked there. And a lot of times I don't put the specific songs in the email. I'm expecting you to go to that songs page. They're in alphabetical order, and find them and watch those. Get a sense of what it sounds like. And let me know if one of those links are busted. YouTube changes regularly, but most of them I've checked and they're working well. The sound schedules after that. Worship lead sheets actually takes you to a different site. It looks like the same site. The URL will change, and that's actual music that you can print off. The lead sheets to some of the songs. I don't have all of those. That kind of stuff costs money, each one that I do, each one that we print. But feel free to do it. If you need it, get those, print those off. It'll help you learn the melody line better if I have access to them. Some other things there. There's also the choir link that's there. That'll take you to what's going on in the choir. You can look through all that stuff too. When you actually go to the rehearsal page, what you'll find is that it's just a big list. It's basically a file cabinet there. And in that I'll have things to print and usually I try to keep the PDFs all together. There's a set list, and that's I'm kind of expecting people to see that set list and understand the flow. I personally study set lists really hard. Some people don't even print them out, but they're pretty significant. It's sort of the way that worship's going to go. I would print that out and look over it and kind of get a feel and ask the questions: how is this transition going to work? How is this going to work? The chords are next. Printing those chords off, and they're in. Just to let you know a bit about the chords, they're in the true key that we're going to play them in, unless I specify otherwise. So I don't print capo keys or anything like that. They're in the true key that the piano is going to be playing, everybody's going to be playing in. After that, there's the lyrics. The lyric page is there's two different ones. The first one is just where I have them in columns, and that's great if you're rehearsing the songs to print those out, because usually it comes in like a 2 or 3 different pages, and you can rehearse with those. The other one has the whole song, one song per page. Mostly there, and then of course the YouTube videos. When you click on those, that's going to take you to YouTube. Now I know there's a lot of trash on YouTube, so obviously be careful with that, but we're using it as a tool for the Lord. And it's also the most common format that people can get to. It's that Flash format. If your computer doesn't have Flash on it, there's so many websites and stuff now today, you're going to want to make sure that Flash is on there. And it comes with any computer that comes down with it, whatever browser you're using. That plugin is a really popular browser. If for some reason you're trying to play YouTube videos and you're having a problem, it just says it can't, the Flash player, if you don't know how to install that, either ask me or ask one of our computer guys at the church. There's a ton of them. But I think most of you are pretty savvy to how to do that stuff. I usually send these out every Thursday. I usually send it out Thursday morning, and that gives you the Thursday and then the weekend to get ready for our rehearsal on Sunday morning. If you're a musician, choir people, I kind of just run through those songs. I just want you to know this: every new song for me, I go over it at least 30 times. I repeat it at least 30 times before we play it on Sunday morning. And then that's not including rehearsals with everyone else. That's just me personally. That's going over the music. That's listening to it. That's putting it in my ears in the car. Doing different things. About 30 times. And that helps me, but that's not even memorizing the music yet. And then after that, I go through the memorizing process, which I'm not very good at anyway. So, that's the rehearsal side. And if you have any questions, please shoot me an email, or just, it might be better if you have questions beyond this to pull me aside and say, hey, can you pull that up? I'm confused on where such and such is, or why does my mind look like this? Whenever I download the PDF file that you send the music in, it looks like this. What do I need to do? Those are some technical things that if you don't work on a computer a whole lot, they might be a little bit confusing, but they're easy to fix. So anyway, shoot me questions if you have any. Thanks.